A lot of people don't know how to apply for PhD in Germany. The process is entirely different from if you want to apply for a master's degree or a bachelor's degree. Now, if your goal is to study your PhD in Germany, then you should watch this video to the end because I'll be showing you 3 different steps on how to go about it. Let's get started. PhD in Germany starts with one thing, and that thing is finding the right professor. Here are 3 steps to find a PhD supervisor in Germany. I will show you live on Google Scholar how to go about this. Step 1, define your research area. Now, what that means is simply you have to be specific with whatever it is that you want to do. Now, this research area usually has to be related to what you did in your master's degree, the projects that you worked on in your master's degree, all right? For example, if you did a research in your master's degree, like let's say molecular genetics of red blood cells, for your PhD, you want to be looking for a research area that would continue, that particular project that you worked on in your master's degree. 2 is to find professors using Google Scholar. Now, find professors that have published in the topic of your choice, all right? So you want to go to Google Scholar. There are other research places that you can check, like ResearchGate and the rest. But for me, I think Google Scholar has lots of researchers and journals that you can look through, right? So I'm going to be giving you a live demo on how to find the right professor for your topic and how to also reach out to that professor. This is the website you want to come to, Google Scholar. Okay, now what you're doing here, you want to search for the topic of your choice and then also include your the country you want to go to. Now, for the purpose of this video, we're going to be using this topic and our goal is Germany. Okay, now you can see that there are a lot of journals that have been written on this topic. Okay, you can go through everything, right? Read them if you want, but we can't do that now because the video will be very long. So let's go for this first one. Okay, now once you click on this, it takes you to this particular website. The name of this website is Scientific Reports. I would advise you, once you get in here, please just create an account. I already have an account here, so that's why that you don't see the login sign here, but try to create an account here. Another thing you want to look at is the dates. Okay, now this was published on the 10th of June 2020. Whenever you're looking for journals and you're looking for supervisors to supervise you for your PhD project, you want to look at journals that have been written at least in the last 5 to 6 years. Okay, anything that is above 6 years or less than 6 years, like 10 years, 7 years, 8 years, I would advise not to go for that. Okay, you want to look for most recent journals and the professors that have written on those journals. Okay, now here you would see the sections, figures, reference. Everything about this journal is here, from the introduction to the abstract to the materials, discussion, conclusion, everything. So when you're doing a PhD program, it's all about research. So you have to read, you have to understand, these journals, read them so that you understand if it's related to what you want to, what your plan is, all right, what you want to study. Okay, now another thing you will look at here is this place. You should look at this section. This section is very important. These are the sections. This is the place where you would see the people that wrote it. Now, most of the time when you see a lot of names here, it means that these are all the people that have written written or contributed to the journal, and the last person is most likely the person who supervised the project, which is your professor. Okay, now you can click on a name but I will usually advise go to the last name. If you see lots of names, the last person is usually the person that supervised, and that is the person you're looking for. All right, so now you can see that Frank A. Muller is currently a professor at the University of Jena. But what you want to do is that you want to make sure that this person is actually, or this professor is still currently in this role, okay? So what you can do is copy the name, everything here, okay? And then come to Google and search. All right, so once you paste this here, you would see that his name will come up, okay? So let's click on that. Once you click on that, it takes you here. So you can see that he is currently a professor and he is still the professor. You can see all of his CV. You can see his most significant publications, all right? You can see his most cited publications also. So these are the things you want to be looking at, okay? Now you can see that this professor is an active professor. He's currently there in the University of Jena. So definitely you want to reach out to this person. Now, how do you find their email address? You can find it. You can either find it here or you can just find it here, okay? This place you see contact Frank A. Muller. This is where you find his email address. You open it and you would copy or save the email address and send him an email, all right, telling him that you want to, you want him to be your supervisor, okay? Now, that's basically one way that you can do that. Now, there's so many research journals. I think I already mentioned that, all right? So, but this is Google Scholar is the main source where you can find lots of these journals written, okay? Step 3 is to check if these professors are active and relevant. Now, what you want to put on your checklist is their recent publications in the last 3 to 5 years, like I already mentioned in the live demo. You also want to check their research group and lab. That is all the people that they have, worked with. And then you also want to check their PhD student listing. All of these things, you will find them in the previous live demo I just showed you. You find them in their Google Scholar. You also find them on their own personal website, okay? Now, note, not every professor is accepting students, all right? So don't try to email every professor you find. The goal is quality over quantity. Make sure that the professor you're emailing or you're sending out this email to is relevant to your coursework and have done something in the recent times, okay? Finding a supervisor is the first step to a PhD in Germany. In my next video, I will show you how to email them correctly. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for practical study guides for bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs in Germany. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.